A lovely ride with the Columbus Scoot-A-Q. Columbus Cutters hosting a beautiful ride through the countryside around Columbus, Ohio. And just fantastic day, beautiful roads, good folks on fast scooters. And if you're not sure about that fast scooter thing, I was just behind the fella in front of me on the Sim Citycom 300, and he was chucking down about 75 miles per hour. So moving along real nice. Don't let anyone ever tell you they're slow. Out here in corn country. Just beautiful. Hey, look, it's a warm handoff. These frontline riders head out here, and they go ahead and they block they allow us to know where the turn is. This way they don't have to block traffic, and if the ride gets separated, it's no big deal. So in front of us, it looks like we've got a Sim Citycom 300. We've got a SYM, that looks like an RV 250. And then, of course, Caitlin is riding her GT60 250cc Vespa. And Clark is riding one of my old bikes, a Vespa GT200 in Daring Plum. They say these bikes are boogieing down the road at 70 miles an hour and just enjoying themselves, happily frolicking out here in the corn of Columbus. And we're talking about a late September ride. You couldn't ask for much better than this. As we're catching up to the front group here, there's quite a gap between the separate groups of riders. We do have in the neighborhood of 100 machines out here, so it can get split up pretty easily, and that's not a big deal when you're prepared for it the way they have. Laying these routes out, knowing the route, pre-running it, and then establishing these warm handoff markers in the intersections where one needs to turn. And the idea behind this is really fun, because if you need the turn direction, there will be a rider there. And if there's no rider there, then just continue gaily forward. And they keep the ride all on the same route without having to post up road guards to block traffic at intersections. And that's super cool. Right, we got a rider here on a Stella scooter. Now, the Stella scooters, they were brought into America in 2003 or so, and they are a 150cc two-stroke scooter with a 5-port engine. It breathes really well. It's a more modern, or sort of the evolved version of the venerable Vespa 150cc motor. It is still a 4-speed manual gearbox with a twist grip shifter. So they are all of the experience of driving a 70s Vespa with a more modern platform. So, good turn signals, neutral indicator light, electric starting, and a very, very powerful front disc brake. And that was a shortcoming with the original Vespa scooters, is the front disc brakes, or the front brakes were drums, and they were woeful. So having that disc brake on the front really does bring you into the 20th century, so to speak. They do still have a Kickstarter, so you can kickstart them if you still want that experience or if your batteries run low. And they're a really fun bike. Stock trim out of the box, they were good for 55 miles per hour, and with some basic A. Graham Bell style two-stroke tuning methods, you could easily get these bikes up to 60, 65 miles per hour. And there's an excellent support network for these Stella scooters for aftermarket parts and accessories. So it is a really good choice if you want to have the vintage Vespa shifter experience, but you don't necessarily want to dump big money, or if you're going to be doing some tuning and you don't want to worry about any collectible status for your ride, you can go ahead and get the Stella. And the Stella will give you everything that you'd want from that 70s era P-Series scooter, that P-Series Vespa, but it will give it to you in a much more modern and easy to support package. Eric's coming along to let us know that this is a hard left-hand turn. And there goes Matt Smith. He's one of the road guards. He's one of the traffic directors, so he can post himself up to let people know which way we're headed. This would be the front group of the ride at this point, so we've divided up into 2 or 3 groups. Super, super fun. Check out Matt Smith's beautiful vintage Vespa. I mean, that GL is just sexy. And he's got a big fat pipe under there, and so it does look like a dream. Yep. Matt Smith's out of West Virginia and just has done a gorgeous job on that vintage Vespa. But of course, with that heavily tuned motor, it does not do the original 45 miles per hour that it would have when it came out of the crate. That's a bike that hangs happily at 60 plus. So that is a thing that you can do with these old Vespas. They do sell kits you can convert and put disc brakes on the front and everything else. Yeah, it's going to be a hard left up here. Yep. It's just a matter of getting people across because it's a rather high-speed trafficked route. So they just want to make sure everybody gets across safely. Don't want to have anybody catching up to the group at a high rate of speed and then going, I'm going to make this left and just sneak out there. So I understand their logic.
What I'm saying is everybody's got to make this turn.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to wait for people to catch up,
Yeah.
why not wait on the other side of the turn?
Fair.
Would that make sense?
I think there's probably just so much traffic on that road. We won't want to be out there causing attention, drawing attention to ourselves out there on the main road. Better to do it on the side road. They're good at it, though. I've never seen them screw up a ride. We'll go ahead and get this turn out of the way here, and then we will heard the fan kick on for the first time on this BMW. So clearly the cooling system is doing its job on this, 84-degree day. Thanks, bud. Well, there you go. Good Samaritan passing us up. Yeah, so the BMW does like to boogie. It was nice that we were able to rev it out like that and we didn't run into any pesky rev limiter. These bikes are very fun in town. And we're going to go ahead and catch you later. Ride fast and take chances.